Good morning, good afternoon, or even good evening, depending on where in the world you happen to be right now. So, in today's lesson, we're going to talk a little bit about being shy or being confident when you are speaking English to people. So actually, today's lesson was a request from one of my YouTube viewers, and that person said, I have a chance to meet foreigners once a week, but when in front of them, I get nervous and my mind goes blank, so I can't speak English at all. What should I do? Today, I'm going to try and answer that question as best as I can, and I am going to give you 5 tips for speaking English confidently in a group of people. Welcome back. We actually have a word in English to describe this feeling of our minds going blank when faced with people, this feeling of freezing in front of people. We say stage fright. Now, stage fright, of course, comes from the idea of performing or acting on a stage in front of people. The Free Dictionary defines stage fright as acute nervousness associated with performing or speaking in front of an audience. A little nervousness is never a bad thing. However, if we become too nervous, we can't think straight and we can't perform properly in front of people. This feeling of shyness basically comes down to 3 fears. I talk about those 3 fears and how you can overcome them in a lot of detail in a special report or a bonus lesson that I made. You can find out more about that if you join the Doing English newsletter. First of all, it is important that you remember that it isn't just you that feels shy or nervous. In fact, everyone feels shy and nervous to a certain extent. It's just that some people are much better at ignoring it or hiding it from other people. But the fact remains that everyone feels shy and nervous. So don't think it is just you that feels that way. It isn't. It's everyone. My first tip is simply to prepare. If we have no preparation, then we will feel more nervous, because we don't know what to expect. And that will make it much harder for us to get over our nervousness. So, try and imagine in advance the kinds of things you might need to talk about, or the kinds of people you might meet. Think about what you might say, and work out how you could say it. If you don't know the English, now is a good time to find out. Also, you could prepare a topic to talk about. It could be anything. For example, if you've read an interesting book recently, find out how you would talk about that interesting book. Perhaps you won't need that topic, but regardless of whether you need it or not, you will feel much better for having something ready that you can talk about easily, if you need it. It might seem like a lot of trouble to prepare in this way, but actually, over time, you will find that more and more you don't need the preparation. You don't need to prepare a topic, because you will get used to being in this kind of situation, and things will naturally be much easier and make you feel less nervous. Something that has always worked very well for me is to set a nervous stop time. Now, what does that mean? Think of it this way. You're going to meet a group of people at, say, 12:30 in the afternoon. Allow yourself the first 30 minutes to feel really nervous. Don't try to stop yourself from feeling nervous. Just go with it. But after that 30 minutes is over, at 1 o'clock, at that time, you have to stop. You have to stop feeling nervous and just get on with it. By allowing yourself to have this kind of nervous time, this first 30 minutes, it is actually much easier to get it out of your system and to get over it, so that when we reach our stop time at 1 o'clock, you can just forget all about feeling shy and nervous. My third tip seems very simple and very basic, but it is something that often people fail to do. Introduce yourself to or greet everyone as quickly as you possibly can. Again, this sounds very basic, but actually, making the first contact is the hardest part. And the longer you leave it, the harder it will be. So just do it. Get it done fast. Make first contact, and then after that, things will be much easier. You could also think of it like this. Everybody is probably feeling the same as you are. That means if you stop thinking about yourself and start thinking about other people, you're actually making things much easier for them if you introduce yourself quickly. Also, introduce other people that you know or that you have just met to the new people that you meet. This will make it much easier for everyone to join a conversation. And it will also mean that people turn to you as a person who they can trust and talk to easily. Basically, stop thinking about yourself and start worrying about other people, and things will be much easier and much smoother. My fourth tip is to be authentic and true to yourself. Now this works two ways. First of all, don't apologize for yourself. As an English learner speaking English as a second language, it is only natural that you might make mistakes. Maybe you will make grammar mistakes. Maybe you will misunderstand some things that people say. Maybe they will misunderstand you. But it doesn't matter. Everybody understands that you are an English learner, and nobody minds about these mistakes. So don't feel like you have to apologize for them. At the same time, don't try to make yourself seem much greater than you are. When they get nervous, many people will exaggerate and boast about the things that they have done or have achieved. You don't need to do this. Be humble, be authentic, be honest about yourself, and people will respect you for it. My fifth tip today, and possibly the most important, is to talk less and to listen more. Everybody likes to talk about themselves, which means for you, if you want to seem like somebody who is a very good talker and very good at communicating with people, the best thing you can do is to give them a chance to talk about themselves and to listen with interest. Instead of talking about things yourself, try to find questions to ask. Ask things to other people and listen to their answers. What sort of things should you ask? It doesn't matter. Again, the point is simply that people like to talk about themselves. So think of something, think of anything, and ask them that. And listen, keep a conversation going by asking more questions. And that is it for today. So just remember, everybody gets nervous. Everybody gets stage fright. But it isn't something which has to stop you from doing what you want to do. Just follow the tips in this video, and soon you'll forget all about feeling nervous. My question for you today is, do you have any tips of your own for overcoming nervousness and feeling more confident when speaking to people in English? If you do, leave us a comment under this video, and I will see you in the next lesson. And that is it for today. Just remember that everybody gets nervous, everybody gets stage fright. It is not something unique to you. So just follow the tips in this video, and soon you'll forget all about feeling shy or nervous in front of people. And my question for you today is this: do you have any tips of your own for speaking more confidently in front of people? If you do, leave us a comment in the videos underneath this video. A comment in the videos underneath this video. What am I talking about?